So you're going to show us how to make...
We're going to make two of our
Everybody came
favorites.
back here saying, I want to learn how to make the onion dip.
Oh, really? Well, that's good. That is one of my popular. And we have a few here, too, if you want to snack while we're cooking.
Oh, I was tasting.
That's the horseradish bacon dip, which is one of the most popular. The guys seem to like that.
Horseradish bacon.
Yes.
Yum.
That's really delicious.
Okay. Why don't you start
All
on the
right,
onion?
so we're going to make the onion dip, which I call the world's greatest onion dip.
That's really good.
Oh, thank you so much. Which I was making an onion dip and thought I needed to call it something just besides onion dip.
Right.
So we just named it the world's greatest. And
okay.
People believe me, you know? So in here we have some olive oil, 4 onions that have just been chopped, shallots, and a couple sprigs of fresh thyme. And we let those, you know, kind of caramelize 45 minutes to an hour till they're a really, really nice
So like the
deep
base
brown.
for an onion soup.
Exactly, without the
Then
without
you
the
add
stock.
your secret ingredients.
We add a little Worcestershire sauce.
Okay, 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons.
And
2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar.
Oh.
You could also use sherry wine vinegar, which I think is a really nice flavor as well.
Which is your favorite?
I like the balsamic.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's more widely available. I find most people can get that.
Okay.
So we'll just let this sort of deglaze and let this sort of cook for 15, 20 minutes. It becomes thick and just delicious. Really sweet, but that thyme gives it that nice, fresh flavor.
Okay.
And you exactly. Make sure you're picking up all those bits on the bottom.
all those little brown bits.
Exactly.
Okay, so we have one that's already cooked
And
down.
you want to cool that before you make the dip mixture and add it to the dip. So in here, what we have, like all good dips, you have to start with some bad things.
Like?
Cream cheese,
That's not
sour
bad.
cream.
No.
And, and it's the holidays.
Oh, don't
it's
say
totally
it's bad.
fine.
That's good. I love cream
good.
cheese.
Well, then you and I are going to have a good
Yes.
time eating dips.
Cream cheese.
Cream cheese, sour cream, and mayonnaise.
Oh, good.
All the trifecta of delicious.
Okay.
So we're just going to sort of let this go. And you want to whip it until it's like a meringue-like, almost like stiff peak.
Oh,
So you really want to whip that cream
okay.
cheese a little bit. Yeah. And then in here, I add a pinch of celery salt.
Oh, okay.
One of my favorite ingredients, celery salt. A lot of people don't use
Another
it, but I think
little
it's great.
secret.
A little
Make
secret,
note.
exactly.
Worcestershire sauce, balsamic vinegar.
Don't give away all the secrets.
Celery,
we want to, sell
salt.
the dip. Sell the dip. A little bit of pepper and some kosher salt.
Okay.
So
Have you done a little booklet on the recipe?
I haven't, but I'm thinking,
Yeah, you
eventually
should.
we'll make a little cookbook.
Yeah.
We should talk maybe after the show.
So now when does this go in?
You can add that in right now, actually.
Okay.
If you want to add that in.
Okay. It's obviously cool.
Yep. That looks good. That looks good.
This is very different from the traditional
Yes. It's sort of a kicked up version
dehydrated
of a
soup.
Open a packet, add sour cream. That looks good, Martha.
Which is still very
Delicious,
popular.
exactly. And that's why I started the company. I loved chip and dip. It was my favorite food. And I thought, well, if I like dips so much, maybe other people would. And I thought...
And they do.
And they do. They do. So that was a good thing.
Okay.
And there's so many, hummus and salsa
So where are you
out
making
there.
all this stuff?
I work out of a space in Brooklyn. And then I'm
Great.
at the Brooklyn Flea every
Oh,
Saturday.
good. How many cooks cooking?
Myself, I have a day job, and then this is my weekend late night job.
And
I have an intern.
love affair.
In my love affair, exactly. So let's get that. That's good. We're good.
I see something there. Done.
Perfect.
Okay, and then
And we
that
have
goes.
that. We can try that too.
Oh, okay. Nikki Elkins has made this dip for your family, right?
Yes.
And do even the little kids like it?
Well, we're getting them towards it. they like the chips right now, but
We have a picture
we're
of her
working towards
two charming children who live right in my neighborhood. They're the cutest. Look, and how are they doing? Really
Everyone
well.
is so good. Yeah, they're great kids.
There they are
They're
playing
sweet,
with their
fun.
toys. Now, does he share nicely?
We're working on that too.
So this is a kale and mushroom dip.
Kale, sausage, and mushroom. And what I wanted to do was come up with a hot, hearty dip that was cheesy and, just full of flavor. And kale is sort of my go-to vegetable this season.
I love it.
It's really good for you. I know we try and use it a lot in raw salads, but in this cooked variation, it sort of adds a depth of flavor to this dip. And so what you do is you start out by blanching kale. This is 2 bunches of kale.
So there's curly kale and regular Russian kale.
Just
there.
there's just regular. You can really use the purple kale. You can use whatever kind you like.
Right.
And when you blanch it, you pull it off of the ribs, and you cook it in boiling salted water, and it cuts down. It just loses so much of its liquid, and you squeeze it. You want to make sure it's really dry, and all of this turns into this.
Right.
So what you do is we're going to chop it, and add it to this bowl along with some cooked sausage. And that's about a half a pound of spicy sausage.
Spicy Italian sausage.
Yep.
So I asked Nikki where she got this, and you can buy the regular fresh-made Italian sausages, right?
Right.
And
out of the casings.
And then you take it out of the casing, or some butchers actually make their own. I think you can get just the sausage meat at places like Scaglio's.
That's right, in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
So after that, you're going to...
And the grease?
You can use some of the grease. You can drain it off. After that, we're going to saute some mushrooms.
Oh, right in the same pan?
In the same pan. You add a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of butter. If you have a lot of sausage grease, you can just leave that in there.
Yeah.
Add some salt. You want to get those nice and softened like we have here.
I like mushrooms cooked in butter.
Yeah, they're great.
And the more you cook them, the more they get to be like the European cooked mushroom, like Polish mushrooms. So look at that. They get very meaty tasting, really good.
Yeah, and what I like to do is add a little sherry vinegar to the pan so it can get all of the brown bits from the sausage and the mushrooms up off the pan and into your dip. So we deglaze a little with that, and we can put that in the bowl along with the kale. And that is
But if you have a little leftover white wine, you could throw that in there, too.
You can throw that in there. It's a really versatile dip. And that said, I actually made this dip for a Hanukkah party that we had recently at my house. And I made it without the sausage for that. You can really add whatever you like.
You could have used turkey sausage.
I could have. One of the variations that I started out with when I was testing this recipe had artichokes in it. And you tried it, and you suggested that maybe I would use another vegetable that you liked a little bit better, which was what led me.
No, but it was not. I like artichokes, but I don't like canned artichokes.
That is correct. So that led me towards the mushrooms and the sausage, which I tried in the kitchen, and it was such a big hit that I've been making it ever since.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Okay, so now.
So now we move down here, and what we've got going on is the basis of a Mornay sauce, which is a bechamel that you add cheese to. So to make a bechamel, basically what you do is you take an equal amount of butter and flour, you whisk those together, and what you want to do then is once you cook the flour out of it, which is about, 15, 30 seconds while you whisk, you want to then add milk and cream.
So 1.5 cups of milk. And what is that, a half a cup of heavy cream?
Half a cup of heavy cream. And what'll happen
Do you need to add the heavy cream, do you think?
You don't. This is just a little bit richer, sort of give it a little bit more depth. And once that thickens, you want to whisk it continuously. And it turns into a bechamel sauce, which is basically, it's the basis for everything that you love, like macaroni and cheese, anything that's creamy and cheesy has a bechamel base.
So once it's cooked like this, then you can add your cheese, right?
Yes, you can. And what I like to do is turn the heat off and slowly add the cheese so that you don't separate your sauce. So you whisk and add the cheese. And what we have here...
That's a Nikki tip.
Here you go.
Add it slowly, no lumps.
And then you can actually add...
But you also have it very finely grated on a rasp.
I do. And actually that leads me to our next bit of excitement, which is we're giving away microplane rasps today.
Everybody gets one.
So thank you, Microplane, for that. This is so exciting.
Now, this is called Sartori Sarvecchi cheese.
Correct. And that is actually an American-made Parmesan-style cheese. And it is a little sweeter. It's a little softer than Parmesan, but it has the same flavor profile, which is delicious. And thanks to Murray's Cheese, we are also giving everybody a wedge of the Sartori Sarvecchi.
And try it. Yeah, you'll like that. So, salt, pepper, and, this is unusual, a little bit of lemon zest.
I love lemon, and I like to incorporate it into my recipes, and I feel like it sort of brightens the flavor up of a lot of dishes. So like when things are missing that little bit of oomph, lemon zest or lemon juice is usually my go-to. So now what we can do is we can mix this all together, and I will pour this in, and you can mix and put it into the dish, Martha.
So a buttered casserole dish.
It is, and this makes about 1.5 quarts.
This is my favorite shape.
I know, and it's your dish, and I love using it.
It's mine? Oh, yes. I'm wondering. How nice.
Yeah, it's great. We like to use them. It's nice and shallow so that you can get it bubbly and
It's mine
browned.
personally, but it's also my design, and it's available at Macy's. Macy's.
Right. So once this goes into the dish, what we can do is I like to top it with some more cheese so that it gilds the lily just a little bit more. And this is the Sartori Sarvecchio that I'm just going to grate a little bit more of with the rasp.
Can I show my way of grating?
You can, Martha, please.
Okay, so here, you put this in the dish.
All right.
So Nikki grates this way. She grates this way, but I grate this way. I just take this and I grate this way. And then that fills all up and you can just dump that wherever you want to dump it. You don't have to dirty the board or even a plate. And you can just grate the whole cheese like this. It's so easy. And they are great graters. They are great
indispensable
graters.
I don't know what we did before those were invented.
We
They're just great.
bruised our knuckles and cut them on those box graters, which are such a pain.
So I'm just going to sprinkle about a half a cup of each cheese.
Do you remember the box grater?
Oh, I remember. I use a lot.
But Mom bought one when she got married.
I've got cuts on my hands from them.
Mom bought one when she got married, and it was still in the kitchen when she had her 6 kids.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, and they do get dull, and they were ridiculous. These stay sharp as can be, and when they get dull, you get a new one.
That's true.
Yes.
So this you bake for about 30 minutes at 375. You can also stick it under the broiler if it's not brown and bubbly like you like it. And this is the finished dish.
Okay, well, I have not tasted this. And I think I want it on a chip. So I'll be polite.
I don't know.
Oh, this looks so good.
I actually made this
nice.
I went to a dinner party last week and I made it, and it was the hit of the party. So hope you like it. It's a little hot, yeah. Sorry. What do you think?
Really tasty.
Good.
Break goat or feta cheese into large chunks and place in a small oven-proof dish. Drizzle with extra virgin olive oil. Top with your favorite herb. I like to use fresh thyme. Sprinkle with a half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes and a half teaspoon of whole pink peppercorns. Transfer everything to a 325-degree oven and bake 15 to 20 minutes. Serve warm with a sliced baguette or crackers. You probably already have the pasta maker and the sausage maker for your KitchenAid mixer, but now there is a food processor attachment. And I have fitted it today with the dicing blade, and we're going to make a wonderful pineapple salsa. Now the pineapple, choose one that has a good, fragrant scent, and cut it up. There might be a little eye or two left that you have to remove, but you try to keep as much pineapple on the pineapple as possible. So just take off all the skin. You know what? If you don't want to throw that away, you can put it into your juicer for your morning juice. It's very good. Now, cut out the core of the pineapple. There are contraptions that cut out the core, but I find that it kind of wastes a lot of pineapple, so we're just going to do this manually. You can cut this into wedges like this, and then just cut the core out. It's a little tough for the salsa that we're trying to create. And then cut this in half again. So there, ready to dice. So this attachment is controlled by the regular mixer controls, and I have a strainer inside a bowl. This can go right down like that. Look at the nice dice that's coming through. Very exciting. And in just a matter of seconds, you have a diced pineapple. So here is the diced pineapple. That juice, oh my gosh, I can't wait to drink it. In fact, I think I have a glass right here. Now there's some nice healthy juice. A fine byproduct. Well, here's our salsa, the makings of salsa. The zest of 1 lime. The juice of the lime. I love the taste of pineapple and lime together. It's so good. And we have some very, very finely chopped jalapeno pepper. We've taken the seeds out and the ribs of the pepper. 2 tablespoons of finely minced red onion. And, like 2 tablespoons of your best honey. You can tear up some mint leaves. Use fresh, crispy mint. Beautiful. Into the salsa. And you're ready to either spoon this over some broiled fish. Beautiful addition to that halibut. Or a bowl of this served with your own homemade chips. Make them salty. They taste really good with the sweetness of the pineapple. And there you have it. Very easy to make salsa, no matter how you choose to serve it. Floyd is making us an onion dip, which is a favorite item on his menu. So let's get started. I know it takes a long time to cook all the onions.
So we're going to start with a little bit of canola oil, and I'm going to start with nigella seed, which is sometimes called onion seed. It has a slight onion flavor. And
Is that from the nigella flower?
It is.
You say nigella? You say that, but that's the way Indians say it?
Yeah, it's like potato, tomato, tomato, Same
Nigella. I grow nigella flowers.
You do?
I do, and they're beautiful. They're starry, and they're white or blue or pink, and they do have these seeds.
I also think it's the same family as onion
Yes,
too.
it is,
And I think that's why they're sometimes called onion seeds.
Okay.
So we kind of bloomed it a little bit, okay, till it gives its flavor out.
Okay.
And then I'm going to transfer it to a bowl. And in the same pan, I am going to add the onions, the shallots, and some more oil. And we're going to caramelize them. And what you're trying to do is we're actually trying to get the sugars out of the onion and to mellow out the spicy flavor of the onion and the shallots.
Onions and shallots together.
Right in the same pan.
Yeah.
And we're going to
I
cook
hope,
this.
since I already dumped them in.
Yeah. And then I'm going to add a little bit of salt.
Pepper.
Salt and pepper. And a little bit of sugar.
To caramelize, right?
To caramelize and to add a little bit of sugar,
Yeah.
a little bit of sweetness to it.
I like sugar in it. It's funny, I do.
My great-grandmother used to be an awesome cook, and she always said, whenever you make savory food, always put a pinch of sugar. So in my kitchen at the restaurant, every station has sugar on there.
And then there's also the school of thought nowadays that whenever you're making sweet food, to add a little bit of salt.
Of salt. My pastry chef does it all the time.
Yes.
And it just makes everything so nice. So we're going to cook this till it gets, nice and caramelized. It'll take about maybe 30 minutes.
Thanks for contributing, too, to our Everyday Food magazine.
I was so excited to be on that magazine.
And a wonderful, wonderful story on family cooking. And I love those profiles we're doing on the chefs.
Actually, once Danny saw the magazine, he says, we should put this on in the restaurant.
Yes.
And I used to make that. I made that dish for my kids at home.
Well,
it was a lovely, easy to make weekday dinner.
So these cook until they look like that.
Until they look like
Okay.
this. Once they look like this, what we're going to do is I'm going to put this in a blender. And
So you use blenders a lot.
not a lot, a fair amount.
Yeah.
I think for this dish you could leave it whole, but I think if you want to use it as a dip, if you're using chips or if you're doing pita bread, you want it to be a little.
Should I toast the
smoother.
pitas?
Yeah, why don't you toast the pitas?
Okay.
Put a little bit of oil, brush it.
Okay.
And
Is that olive oil? Or
It looks like olive oil, yes, and we could do olive oil. You can do canola oil too if you want.
I guess you could also do
You
butter.
can do, if you don't have pita, you can do toast. And I'm going to add yogurt.
I love pita bread.
Yogurt, a little bit of sour cream, and you could do low-fat sour cream if that's what you like.
Okay.
It's not a big-
I don't. It's funny. I don't buy. I never buy anything that's low fat. If it's butter or cream or sour cream, and used in moderation, it's okay.
As long as it's in moderation,
Yeah.
it's great. And I have that in a blender, and I'm going to turn it on. We're going to blend it till it's smooth.
And then,
And then once it's done, we're going to take it out in a bowl, and we're going to season it up with the cayenne, the nigella seeds, salt,
so
pepper.
a quarter of a teaspoon, not a teaspoon.
Yes. If you put too much.
Oh, it's just
And sometimes the
impossible.
cayenne pepper is a little harder, a little spicier.
Harsh, yeah.
So you want to be careful. Just want
And
to
dry mustard?
And dry mustard.
Oh, good.
A little bit of salt and pepper. And the nigella seeds.
Oh yes, don't forget
You
those.
can't forget that.
Here.
Because that's going to give it a little more texture to it.
Okay.
Okay? And going to taste it to make sure we have enough.
Good.
That's really good.
Good. That is nice. So, what are your plans for the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl, I'm going to go to a friend's place, thinking of making pork tacos. I got a pork butt that I'm going to cook in the oven really slowly. That makes for great Super Bowl food.
It does, doesn't it? Oh, I want to taste. This looks so good. And what kind of food is in the restaurant now?
It's I have most of my of the ingredients we use are seafood based, so it's 60% seafood. I got whole grilled fish. I got scallops. I got black sea bass.
This is so good.
Sardines.
Better than out of that bag. I'm here with talented Irish-born chef Cathal Armstrong, who's going to show us some delicious dipping sauces, which you have to serve with your fish and chips. And look how beautiful the fish looks. And this is almost done. So 3 sauces you serve at the chippers?
Yeah, we serve 7 sauces. I'm going to show you 3 of them today
7,
very
okay.
quickly. The secret 7, they're named after Enid Blyton, the famous children's cookbook author. So today we're going to do Mary Rose sauce, which is the traditional, for shrimp cocktail, we'd serve Mary Rose sauce. It's a little mayonnaise, 2 tablespoons of ketchup, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, a little salt, and that's the classic one. This
very
one is my
simple.
favorite. It's the easiest one. It's really delicious.
And then mine's Kitty O'Shea.
You're going to do Kitty O'Shea, which is named after the lady that the famous Charles Stewart Parnell had the affair with. She was the end of his political career.
So mayonnaise, a tablespoon of Niçoise olives chopped up, capers, a tablespoon, whole capers. You don't even chip. You don't even chip them.
Like that.
No chipping.
No chipping.
And 1 tablespoon of oven-dried tomatoes. This sounds like a very good mix.
A little pinch of salt.
Oh yeah, salt and pepper.
And pepper.
And what about this? No.
You can put a dart of Tabasco in there. That'll definitely help us. And then the last one we did was tartar sauce, which is mayonnaise again with cornichons, capers.
See, that's my favorite.
And a little lemon juice. And you can add parsley if you like.
Okay.
So then comes the treat part. We open the fish and break off a piece there and dip it into one.
I will.
Bring in the pint of Guinness.
And I have some hot French fries.
Oh, beautiful. Let's put them on here with our plate.
Okay.
Lovely.
And so I'm going to just break off a piece. Now you have to see what's inside here. Should be. Oh, it is. It's so good, flaky and beautiful, and a treat not for every day, but for whenever you're sort of
a special occasion.
That's right.
Celebrating. It's lower in
Celebrating.
fat than you might think,
And a little bit of tartar sauce on mine. I love cornichon pickles.
Don't forget the Guinness to wash it down.
Okay, the culotte.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's in the oven. The culotte is in the oven.
Yeah, let me
Okay, bring that out. I want to see this.
So, all right. It's looking pretty good. I think this has been in for about 10 minutes at...
Oh, only 10 minutes?
So far,
Okay.
at 475.
Okay.
And what we're trying to do...
Have you ever seen such a cut of beef? This is a really unusual cut. And it's so... 10 minutes only.
10 minutes at this stage here. We want to get a little bit of browning. And what we're going to do is we're going to add our mirepoix to this, to help develop the jus. Yeah.
Okay. So mirepoix, some folks may know, is a simple onions, carrots, garlic. Sometimes in this case we'll put a little tomato in there.
Right.
Under
the rack or above the rack?
We'll get it in and around. That's fine. It'll find its way.
We can lift it up? Oh, perfect.
Oops. All right.
I can get these in.
Boy, does this look good already.
Shallots.
So there's a lot of fat on that Kobe beef.
Yeah, that's part of the...
That's all the fat just from the beef?
That's just rendering from that cap, which we leave on. We don't trim that too much. I really like that little veil.
So normally this top butt that is used for this is one of the muscles in the top butt, which is like 18 pounds. So it's just a top muscle and it's got all the fat on it, which is why we use it.
So Minette is known for their beef. You're known for your roast beef. You're known for your prime rib. You're known for
and a burger, some kind of burger.
Oh, that delicious burger. So all kinds of things. Okay, that goes back in the oven.
We're gonna go back in the oven. This goes for another 25 minutes. We're looking for a rare to medium rare.
Okay.
For us here.
And I think, do we have one here already? Oh yes, there it is.
Yeah.
Look, Martha wrap.
Martha wrap.
You're
fantastic.
using Martha wrap. See this? If you don't know what Martha wrap is,
You have a well-stocked pantry.
yes.
We don't even have that at the restaurant yet.
No.
I'll send you some boxes. Okay, you try it.
Please,
Okay,
lots
because
of
it's
boxes.
parchment fused to foil.
It's fantastic.
So your food never touches the. It really is Martha wrap. I invented it. Did you know that?
You have a patent?
Yeah, it's mine. No, I don't have a patent. It was unpatentable for some reason, but it's delicious.
So once we take the roast out, which is over here, we're
Yeah.
left with these nice roasted vegetables, and we're just going to deglaze with some red wine.
Okay.
So we're going to throw that in there.
2 cups.
2 cups.
Yeah. Now, red wine. So is this wine that people have not drunk, or do you always use the same red wine?
That's only about half a bottle, so I think the other half probably was.
I want to start off with that first half, and then
imbibed, yeah. Those coffee cups we have backstage.
And 4 cups of beef stock?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And we reduce that wine by half, and then the beef stock or the beef bouillon, I prefer because we'd like a little bit lighter body to the au jus than
about
a
all that
traditional
stuff?
gravy. Yeah, we could put a little bit of thyme. We get a little parsley, or you could string this all together in a beautiful bouquet garni.
So you guys, these are the executive chefs, not only of Minetta Tavern, but also of Balthazar, Pastis, Schiller's.
And Schiller's, yeah.
And what about the pizza place?
No. We just go there on the days off.
Oh, you have nothing to do.
Yeah, no,
you have
no,
nothing
no.
to do with the
Just
pizza
go there,
place.
yeah,
Aha.
yeah,
Okay. So and so they have designed amazing menus and so much fun. What about peppercorns?
I got
you
some
did
in there,
already.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
So how long?
We're going to simmer this for about 15 minutes. We'll bring it down to a nice little consistency.
Okay.
And then we'll strain it, and we'll have our jus ready
And
for
that's
our
it. That's our
sandwich.
dipper. That's our dipping
dip.
sauce.
That's our dip.
Okay, and here is this gorgeous piece of meat.
Smells good,
This
too.
is Japanese Kobe beef. It's called a culotte cut.
Culotte cut. Yeah.
And we're going to make a very fabulous French dip sandwich out of it. So what did you do to the bread?
let's strain this
Oh,
real quick because this
okay.
is the jus that we're going to
Okay,
use.
that's right. That's the.
And this has been cooking for about 25 minutes.
Okay.
And we're going to strain that and try not to get it all over the counter.
Okay. Well, you're the chef.
Yeah, chefs don't
You
usually
know how to
operate so
do
clean,
that.
though. Yeah. There we go. Nice job,
Lovely.
Hanson.
Thank you.
Lovely.
You got a little.
Push it down a
Strain
little.
Yes.
So that is.
Extract
So
that
it's
a
a
little
very thin gravy actually.
Yep.
So you don't
Yep.
thicken it. You don't add anything
No,
to
no
it.
flour.
No butter,
flour.
no nothing.
No, not at all. We're just
Now,
gonna
what
keep
about
it-
the fat in it? Do you chill that at all and get the fat off, or is the
No, you
fat
want that
good?
in there. You want to
Actually,
mix that
like-
up at the end.
I like a little skim of fat over
Right.
the top. Yep. Yeah.
I mean, if you're
that's
going to have all
strained.
this meat on there, it's a little more fat.
Right.
right?
Okay.
So it's a little more.
So
fat.
now, how do we carve the meat? This is what I want to see.
Good. Well, we're going to look for the grain.
There it is.
Yep. And we go right over on this side here.
So you slice against the grain that way?
Yep. Sort of cross. You
Yeah.
can see the fibers moving this way, and so you want to go sort of across the way. And sharp knife. Restaurant we have benefit
back.
of.
A knife
An electric
sharpener?
slicer, but
Oh, you do?
But
Oh, there's an electric slicer for
we
this?
do, yeah,
Yeah.
because we like to keep it
Oh.
really, really thin. The
Oh,
meat
I see. I didn't know that.
on there, but we'll use the slicer, and you just go across.
So you slice it. You can slice it hot on the meat slicer.
Yeah, we do it a little warmer than room temp, just warm, just warm.
Yummy.
So it looks
Wow, that's perfect.
pretty good. You can go as thin as you want, or as thick
Well,
as you
it's
want.
easier
But
to
I
eat if
prefer it
it's
a little
thinner,
bit thinner.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So any other sandwich ideas that you guys are working on currently for your lunch menu?
We've been kicking around an idea that
The Big Mac?
The Big
Might
Mac.
be good.
No, we were thinking about a pork belly Reuben actually.
Pork belly Reuben.
Yeah.
Yum.
So that might be the next next one.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be nice.
So while I'm doing this, Hanson, I think you should
Yep.
get
Gotta
on
get these
get
buns
on the
going.
bread situation.
So here's our French rolls here, and we're going to just cut them in half. And we want to keep the hinge on there. I mean, you don't have to.
Right.
And just rub them with a little butter.
And garlic too.
We're going to hit it with the garlic afterwards when it comes out.
Oh, okay.
So you have that kind of like the raw garlic taste is nice.
So do you put that in the broiler?
Yeah. I'll just bake it in the oven. So we'll set these inside.
Okay, so
You
I
want to
can
do
do
a couple
that,
of those?
yeah.
Here, I'll cut this one for you. There you go.
How many sandwiches are we making?
Well, we
At
got
least
how many?
three.
85
I think we
people
need
in
to
the
do about
audience?
300 sandwiches. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Better get moving.
Yum. Okay, so then this goes under the broiler and you want it lightly toasted.
Lightly toasted.
Okay. Now where do you get this bread?
This we get from a different bakery than our own because this is a more of a classic French. You want the softness and
Right.
to absorb all the jus and still have a little
Okay.
bit of a crust.
Okay.
So when those come out, we're going to hit that with a little garlic. Just split
Notice
the
he
garlic.
didn't answer my question. Secret of the great chefs.
Rockland Bakery.
Rockland Bakery. Oh, up in Rockland County?
Yeah.
Really?
Paula's going to kill me. She's our baker in Balthazar. What? Where'd
Well,
you guys
listen.
get that from?
Guess what? Paul is fantastic.
She's one of the best.
Okay, so here's the
Yeah,
meat.
there's our meat over there.
Okay, so then what goes on the sandwich?
We're just going to put the meat. First, we're going to hit it with a little jus. Now, so you want to...
We got the Want to moisten it up a little bit, a little warm jus over the top. You know, like
Okay.
we said,
On
it's
the
not,
bread too?
No. On the bread, we get a little
Yes,
bit down.
just a touch.
Oh, you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some
Philippe's-
people like double
Yeah,
dip,
really.
which gets really wet. But we like to start off with just a little, let the
Yeah.
customer
Okay.
control the moisture there.
Okay, so here.
And now we're gonna.
I got a little fork here for you guys. Fork? Yeah. So we'll just lay it around.
Oh my gosh. And this is lunch?
Yeah, that's lunch.
Wow.
That's
Don't eat breakfast.
oh, hearty
Anybody
lunch
got
is
salt?
good.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little salt and a little fresh
horseradish.
horseradish.
Oh,
Give it a
I
bite.
love fresh horseradish.
Come on, horseradish.
I like plenty of horseradish.
There we go.
That's good.
Good.
Touch
Okay.
of sea
Yeah.
salt. And we got the pepper ready, so now he's got to slice
Yeah.
it in half.
Okay.
There you go. You want to do the honors? You did
How do you
really
slice-
well on that
How do you slice it? Like
6-footer.
this?
Yeah, on an angle.
On an angle, it's best.
Pretty
Boy.
good.
Oh, and you serve it on a board like this?
Yep.
And a bib. You have a bib, right?
Better
And
have
if you
a
like
bit.
a little mustard, we have that.
So we dip this into here?
I move it up for
Oh,
you.
wow. It's my first bite of a French dip sandwich. Fantastic. A really delicious update on a true classic. Okay, somebody else should be eating
Here,
it.
I'm going in there. I'll join you. Good?
So.
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 Really good. What are you going to make for your late night snack?
I mean, my late night snack is a late night on an all day snack, whatever you want to do it. So it's a anchovy dip. So
I've been dipping into here. It's so tasty.
we pair it with some vegetables. You can pair it with some chips, Tom's chips or anything else. But it's a very simple dip. So it's a
So
anchovy dip.
anchovies are you either love them or hate them.
Yeah, absolutely.
But people, and then when you sneak them into something, people say, "Oh, this is so delicious." People who said they would never taste an anchovy, and so I really think it's the way they're prepared, don't
I
you?
think you change it, but you can. Yeah, it is. Or you mix it. You know, it can be too strong, but you can mix it with a sardine instead of anchovy. You can use tuna fish if you want. Here, what I do, I blanch some garlic in the water twice.
Okay.
You know, because otherwise it's too strong. So I cool off the garlic. I'm adding it into the blender.
Okay.
Then I'm adding
This is a special blender, by the way. Vitamix.
Vitamix, which is the best.
It's
You know,
the best.
Really,
It's so
it blends everything very
powerful.
smooth. Then I'm adding 8 anchovies.
Okay,
which
did you
are-
rinse them?
They're salted anchovies. I rinse them in warm water.
Oh, okay. So they come in salt like this.
That's right.
Oh, and these are not filleted. So you filleted them?
We fillet
Yes.
them.
Okay.
Then I'm adding 2 tablespoons of champagne vinegar.
Yummy.
I'm adding a teaspoon of salt.
So even
go.
though they were packed in salt, because you've rinsed it
You
all
rinse
off,
them.
yeah.
Yeah. And we're adding some milk here.
This is an
It's gonna make it
unusual
very,
dip.
very creamy.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna blend it. I'm gonna add the oil into it. So here we go. I'm just gonna add the oil.
So no eggs, but you have milk. I see. This is fantastic. And today we're using this culinary tool that chefs find indispensable in their restaurants. You have these in all your restaurants, don't you? Yeah. And it is the Vitamix 5200. It is super powerful. It does a lot of things, a lot of hard work.
You smell it.
Oh, so
So
tasty.
it's very simple, you know. And,
Yeah.
I mean, this is like you can dip any vegetables in there, chips, like I
Definitely.
say. It's a great snack for all day long,
Really, really good.
all night long.
And you'll see how incredible it is in the kitchen. Everyone in the audience will for that because you're getting one. I love it.
It's the best tool.
So what are the best vegetables would you suggest for people to have?
You know what I mean? Spring, so I would suggest asparagus, sugar snap peas, baby carrots.
Oh, my asparagus are just coming in the garden.
It's coming out, yeah.
So
I mean,
delicious.
fennel. You can use bell pepper. You know,
That's a great dip.
any vegetable.
Great dip.
What's nice about it as well, you can do it ahead of time. Keep it in
Yes.
your fridge, and when you have hunger, you just go in the fridge and
Right.
have a bite.
Yep. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Martha.
This is Jean-Georges at his best. Simple snack. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Will do.
I'll get started making the wonderful blue cheese dipping sauce. Very, very easy to make. Tuna, 1/4 ounces of blue cheese. And you can use domestic blue, imported. You can, oh boy, does that look good.
They look nice.
Yes, perfect. And a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. And this is just great for if you're having a even an outdoor lunch or dinner, you can put these in the oven and they're ready for when you sit down. Half a cup of sour cream. But even if you have a family full of sports aficionados who are watching the games, nothing's better than to munch on a bunch of ribs, right, Joey?
Yes,
Are you
indeed,
hanging out
Martha.
waiting for some more ribs?
Yes, I am.
A tablespoon plus a teaspoon of milk, just to thin it out a little bit. Half a teaspoon of salt and a quarter of a teaspoon of black pepper, or more, according to your taste. So there's your lovely dressing. This is good on iceberg lettuce wedges, too.
Yeah.
Do you like cream cheese?
I do not like cream cheese, and I'm not putting it in the crab.
Oh, yes, you are.
I'm not.
Yes,
I hate
you
cream
are.
cheese.
You're putting it in. Hurry. Before that burns, add your water, that little bit of water, 2 tablespoons.
Jeez.
Okay? Then 1.5 teaspoons of dried mustard.
That's fine.
Dried mustard.
I've already... See how you beat me down? Well, I'm actually excited about the mustard now compared to cream cheese.
3/4 of a teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning. You know Old Bay?
Once again, nothing wrong with that.
And then, cayenne pepper, 1/4 of a teaspoon.
Oh, cayenne pepper. It's very healthy. It cures cuts.
Yeah.
You put that on a cut, you can cure yourself. Something to know if you ever have a horrible accident by yourself, folks, somewhere on the road.
I'm standing far away.
See, I try to be helpful.
I'm listening.
Thank you.
Okay, so now.
Oh, no!
What? Milk? You don't like milk?
I don't like dairy products.
Oh, I'm so sorry. But add
All right.
this anyway. This is half and half. Half dairy, half not dairy. It's all dairy. 3/4 of a cup. Now turn your heat up higher. Here.
Oh.
There. And get that cooking. Then you're going to add the beloved cream cheese.
I used to eat cream cheese and jelly when I was little. You ever have those sandwiches? Cream
Yeah,
cheese
they're
and jelly?
good. What's wrong with those?
I was little at the time. I had no choice. I was a
Oh.
captive. I was a captive of
You
mother.
could have spit it out.
That's a lot of cream cheese for a crab dip.
Yep, it sure is. It's.
I know everyone thinks it's going to turn out like the mustard, where I'm like, oh, you were right about it. But in this case, I don't think that's going to be the end.
You're gonna love this.
I don't smell a happy ending for
You're
this one,
going
I'll be
to
honest.
love this. So, now, what are you going to do for Thanksgiving? You haven't really divulged the secret.
I'm actually going to spend time with this girl I used to live with.
Yeah.
Mother.
The girl's mother?
No, my mother.
Oh, your mother.
This chick I used to live with for 19 years.
Oh, you left home at 19?
Mother, yeah.
Who were your comedic influences?
I'm Richard
sure
Pryor,
Mom.
Lenny Bruce,
I love
George
Richard Pryor.
Carlin,
Yeah.
usual.
Yeah.
I mean, George Carlin was a big one because he was like
Oh.
the Irish guy,
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Okay, so that looks good. You got almost all the lumps out. Now dump in your cheddar cheese. Yum.
I'll tell you something about crab, ladies and gentlemen. The beautiful thing about crab is you can almost eat it raw.
You can. Yep, you don't have to put any of this stuff.
No, you don't.
Okay, so now turn
We
this
should.
off. Move over that way. Over there. That's yours. Now here's
Shove me around here like a
okay.
cop. She's like, move over, come on.
Use your rubber scraper. Do you have a rubber scraper? Yeah,
Oh,
right
yes,
here.
here it is.
Right here. Okay, so there. That's your nice little. It's sort of like a bechamel sauce. So imagine it's bechamel. Has no, just
I'll imagine it's bechamel if I knew what that was.
okay.
Qu'est-ce
Not,
qu'il y
not
a?
non-dairy.
Je ne con- Oh, okay.
Non-dairy. Okay.
Bechamel?
So now add your lemon juice, 3 tablespoons.
All right, now we're getting a little reasonable.
2 teaspoons of Worcestershire. I'm sure you love Worcestershire, right?
I do love it, yes.
Good. 1/4 of a teaspoon of parsley. 1/4 of a cup, excuse me. No, you have to scrape it out with your fingers. You can touch it, because why? If you you spend all that time chopping it up. Use it, right?
That's true.
Yes.
That's the most fun part of cooking
Yes.
is chopping everything up.
Yes.
I don't know why. It's sick, but it's true.
Okay. Now taste your crab. This is cooked crab.
I will.
Taste it.
Goodbye, crab. This is the last time I'm going to taste it the way I want it.
This is so good. Good, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay. Dump it in.
I left a little on the side.
Now
No,
stir.
Stir it. It cracks it up. I don't want it all wrecked.
Just stir, not. I don't mean mash. Stir. No bashing. Okay, and then put it in your little dish.
What about this? Did you put that in?
Not yet.
Okay, fine.
We're trying to do it in order. It's a recipe. Recipes are good science. Oops. There. Now, then we have breadcrumbs, and this is 2 slices of white bread. That's with congealed butter. Oh, it got cold in here.
White bread. We're going old school.
Yes, old school.
2 slices of Wonder Bread.
Yes.
You putting that in there first?
Yeah, mix it up with a little bit of butter, just so they make into.
I like butter. That's dairy.
But see, you don't like it, but.
And I like mozzarella cheese.
Oh, you do? Well, that's dairy. That's real dairy. So what are you talking about?
I don't know.
See, when you start to talk, and you just all your.
I know, all my idiocy. That's why I became
That's
a
right.
comedian.
Yeah. Because it doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
Ultimately. Except the part about me.
You're right in the middle of the play. It's like the pivotal moment.
Wow. So now, turn your oven on to 400 degrees, and you're going to bake this. Now, do you like paprika?
For how long? Yeah, of course I do.
I don't even know if I should ask you anymore if you like anything.
I think we've made it clear what I don't like. Mustard and dairy products.
Okay. There. So that should be all over the top like that. That goes right into the oven. You'll need one of these.
When we
towels.
eat this on the air, I'm going to do the old trick of like eating it with a fork. So I
Fine.
strain through all the cream cheese and I just get the crab.
Watch out for your fingers.
I just thought I'd tell you in advance.
Here we go. This is it.
All right.
This is it. Moment of truth. Dip into here.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
I know how to do this. I'm going to take 2
And put them
and then I'm going to
together.
slide one out.
Okay. Stay on him.
I got my own technique.
Tight camera.
This is a tight technique. If you're at a family gathering, you're trying not to eat something that the host has for you, you do like this. Ready? It's like, oh, this is great. And then I slice the top.
Yeah.
You can see. I leave all that nasty cream cheese here.
Delish, right?